Hi, welcome to Sage Blue Tarot. Today is June 2nd, 2021. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the collective reading, starting with the tarot, asking, what does collective need to hear today? What does collective need to hear today? I'm going to cut the deck, and we have the Six of Swords reversed. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So I'm seeing right now a lot of change. I'm kind of sensing a lot of transition and almost a hesitancy from moving on from your limiting beliefs. This could be to your home life. This could be where you find yourself with that Five of Pentacles reversed. I'm seeing that maybe you're feeling left out from your friendships, your relationships, of who you've been. I'm sensing that maybe you feel lost right now. I feel like you're in the dark and you're trying to find your footing. You're not quite sure where you're going to land. And I'm also seeing that there are some new seeds, new ideas coming forth for you with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Because it's reversed, I'm seeing that you're almost kind of turning away from these ideas because you don't want to fully invest in them right now. And that's okay, right? I feel like because we're in that Six of Swords reverse energy, we're still transitioning, we're still moving away from who we've been, right? So that could involve grieving, that could involve just taking our time and just saying that it's okay for us to do things differently, right? And I kind of feel like maybe right now, with that water energy of the Six of Swords, I'm seeing that it's important right now to tap into your intuitive and subconscious side, right? So maybe before sleeping, try to just meditate, right? Try to just close your eyes and see where that takes you, right? So if something has stuck out to you throughout your day, a symbol, an animal, something that keeps happening, something that keeps sticking out to you, numbers, focus on that before going to bed or even just when you're awake. But make some time whenever you're at peace, but you have nothing to do, and just close your eyes and see where that takes you, right? See if any strong visualizations come up, see if any insights come up, right? Just get in touch with this side of yourself that maybe you haven't done so before. I feel like right now the energies are supporting us in our growth in this way, in our subconscious, and kind of reshaping our relationship with that, right? I feel like when we start to reshape our belief systems, that's what it feels like right now. I feel like our belief systems are being challenged, and that's why we feel some kind of hesitancy and also pain and also grieving, but also some kind of hope for the future, but that's kind of buried down underneath. So I feel like it's important right now to just meditate, right? Take some time to yourself and see what comes up. The Eight of Wands upright came up, so that's messages, right? Definitely take to heart things that you notice and know that your heart knows the way and know that you're being guided, right? I feel like right now you're going through a difficult time of believing in yourself and in believing in your stability, believing in your potential. I feel like right now you're feeling limited, but that I feel like is tied into your belief system right now, right? Or the ones that are on their way out. I'm kind of seeing that there's something there that you need to address, or maybe even like a new technique of dealing with things, right? I feel like new belief systems are trying to come in with that Eight of Wands energy. New belief systems are trying to come in, but I feel like you've got to just open the door, right? I feel like they're knocking and you're kind of like not wanting to open. You're kind of stuck in your beliefs and your thoughts, and you're like, well, no, I don't have any room for anymore. But I feel like it's important to open the door to that part of yourself that's trying to communicate with you. We have the Ten of Wands reversed, so I'm definitely seeing that it maybe feels like your world is tumbling down right now, right? I feel like right now you're kind of like, oh, I'm feeling really good, and then all of a sudden you're not, and you feel like you're in this pit again, right? Because your world has changed so much, and you don't know where to do, and you don't know where to go, and you're not sure who to ask for help because nobody quite understands exactly your situation. And I feel like that can help us because it helps us learn to have a relationship with ourselves that is healthy, right? I feel like we have a lot to discover within ourselves. And when we start to prioritize that within us and that relationship, and start to kind of just get curious about the mysticism about you, about your existence, right? You are a whole universe and there's so much to explore. And I feel like right now is a perfect time to just tie up some loose ends, right? To kind of start to let go of, maybe even revisit things, but only revisit them with the intention to learn and to let go and allow that process to go on, right? I feel like it's not going to be helpful at this time to continue to dwell, right? I feel like dwelling is just adding to that dark energy and that trauma, and that I feel like you're just collecting this dark energy if you choose to dwell. But if you choose to learn from it, if you choose to dive into this darkness with an inquisitive mind, with questions, with hope, with just leave space for what is to come, right? Leave space, just be curious. I feel like it's really important to just be curious right now. The world's upright. So I'm seeing that your world right now, I feel like you're about to enter into a whole new way of being, and you don't even know what that is yet, but I feel like it's going to be so magical and so powerful, and I feel like your new belief systems are going to take you to places that you didn't even dream of before, right? And I feel like that has to do with your subconscious and self-trust. We have the King of Pentacles reversed. So I'm seeing that even though you might feel like things, like you don't feel connected right now, I feel like it's important to just know that things are working out for you and your stability is going to come, right? The Knight of Pentacles came up, and even though these cards are reversed, it's still about material wealth and stability and the manipulation of the physical energy, right? What we give out, what we intake, what we do with it, what we put our resources into, right? So I feel like right now it's important to kind of make space for that, to kind of show itself like what it wants to do for you. I feel like that's being reshaped right now, and that's why it's important to kind of keep the door open to any new insights, to any symbols that are keep showing up. With the Eight of Cups upright, so I'm seeing that you're definitely walking away from old belief systems into a new way of thinking. And we have Temperance reversed. So with that, I'm seeing that it's important right now to just take care of your resources, right? I feel like maintain a sense of balance between your spiritual and physical side, right? I'm getting the message like, don't keep doing things the way you've been doing them, right? I feel like that's not going to help you right now, right? I feel like it's okay to adjust your rituals. It's okay to adjust. Yeah, I feel like it's important to say that, like, don't keep doing the same things because you feel like you need to keep doing them because otherwise you're a bad person, or otherwise you can't commit to this, or otherwise, like, don't do that to yourself. Don't let these toxic beliefs or thoughts come up and try to trap you and suck you under. They're not true. They're not real. You are just being molded right now. You're just being reshaped. And I'm getting this image of like clay, right? Like a red clay just being reshaped. And I feel like it's uncomfortable, right? Like if we're clay and we're being reshaped, like that's not very fun. That doesn't feel very fun. Like, what are we going to be? Like, why are you squishing me? Like, what's happening? But I feel like it's important right now, right? I feel like that, I just feel like creativity is so important right now, right? So do things that you wouldn't normally do, but that you've always been interested in, just to see what comes up, see what you're led to. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. So I'm saying that it's important to just tap into your power first, right? Don't go running around asking people for permission, or asking what they think, or asking what they're doing so you could do it too. I feel like it's important right now to remove yourself from comparison with others, unfollow your exes, unfollow toxic friendships, unfollow toxic family members. Just remove yourself from these situations that have you feeling like that Five of Pentacles reverse, right? I feel like you have felt that you didn't fit in with these people or these situations anymore, but somehow you keep holding on to them. I feel like you're hoping for the old to come back, for it to be new. But deep down, you know that that's not meant for you anymore. Deep down, you know that that's not who you are, and that you're being reshaped, you're being molded for something better, right? And pressure doesn't always feel good. Pressure, I feel like, rarely feels good. I don't really know of anybody that said, wow, this pressure feels amazing, unless it's like a massage or something, right? But maybe that could even help, right? Trying to, because with this card too, the Temperance reverse, I'm seeing that it's important to just tap into that balance of spiritual and physical, right? So maybe instead of seeing pressure as this like weight on your shoulders, start to see it as like a massage, right? Like you're being massaged and you are being shaped into who you're going to become. And yes, it might not be super comfortable all the time because you don't know the outcome, But I feel like if you practice trusting and not knowing the outcome, just trusting, right? Like having this almost like blind faith in what is to come, I feel like that's really going to help you in this time of transition, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of 8 energy, right? And to me, and mostly all the cards are reversed, right? But the cards that were upright was the World, 8 of Wands, and 8 of Cups. So you're moving away from something. I feel like you're moving away from a world that you've known into a new world. And there are signs and symbols from all around you just coming in. And I feel like it's going to be in places unexpected. But it's important to just hold on to that, right? I feel like that's going to help you through this shift, because I'm seeing a shift in your home, in your friendships, in how you interact with the world, in your life, in your mental pain, in your anguish. I'm seeing a lot of new budding ideas that are trying to come up, but I feel like you can't quite pinpoint them yet because you still have a lot of removing to do. So yeah, let's see. And on the back, I'm seeing the 7 of Wands reversed. So I'm definitely seeing that maybe right now you feel like you're losing. I feel like you don't feel like a winner right now. I feel like you feel like so much has happened and you don't quite know how to get back up, and you kind of feel like you've worked so hard, and you kind of feel like you deserve this, like you deserve to not feel good. And I feel like that's maybe what's holding you back right now, is this belief system of, well, I don't deserve to feel good. I don't deserve to grow. I've done these things, so I'm a bad person. So I don't deserve. I should just dwell. I should just bury myself in this dwelling sensation. And I feel like that's normal, right? But that's not where you are going to be forever, right? Hold on to the signs. Hold on to this new perspective. Play with perspective. Play with symbolism. Start to look up things that interest you, right? No matter how, I feel like it's important to just go deeply into our own interests and stop only asking for permission from others, right? Stop waiting until your friend does it. Stop waiting until you know somebody who does it. If you're interested in whatever thing it is, dive into it. Start doing some internet research. Start to look for some books, start to read. I feel like it's important to just tap into your inner power, because you're being reshaped, right? I'm seeing the infinity sign with the 8s. You're being reshaped, and I feel like you are, because of this pressure, I feel like you're being pushed into a limit of yourself that you didn't know you had. And I feel like you're going to be overcoming that limit and almost entering into a different dimension. And then when you enter that different dimension, your world will never be the same. It's going to be for the best, right? But I feel like this dimension almost isn't working for you, and I feel like it's just going to require a dramatic mental shift, a dramatic new way of thinking, of doing things. So don't be afraid to do new things, right? Especially if you don't feel good. Start to just do things that maybe you even find odd, but that somehow you're drawn to them, right? So yeah, I kind of feel like that was a lot, and I feel like right now you're feeling a lot of pain, but just know that it's okay. Know you're going to get through this, and start to experiment creatively. Like, just be creative about how to get through this, right? I'm seeing a lot of like visualization is important, and start to play with that. And a way to tap into that is to start to paint, start to dance, start to sing, start to do things with your body, start to move in new ways, start to go out for a walk at different times, start to eat new foods, just do different things to add more spice into your life, right? To take you out of this rut of dwelling. Yeah, because that's kind of where I'm seeing that you are right now. And on the back, I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like all of the joys of life are there waiting for you, but they're not going to be what they've been before. And I feel like that's the biggest issue, is we keep wanting to go back to these things that used to bring us so much pleasure, but they're not bringing us pleasure anymore. And so then we kind of feel lost. We feel like kicked out, like, wait, this isn't helping. This doesn't make me feel good. What happened? I feel like that's where we're at. And I feel like it's important to just tap into the symbols, tap into the mystery, allow for that to come through, because then when that Queen of Pentacles gets reversed and where it's upright, then bam, you have everything. You have material wealth, you have stability, you have insight, you have everything, right? So just keep swimming through these murky waters to get to where you're going to be. So I'm going to thank this deck. Thank you. And now I'm going to pull from the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations deck. What does collective need to hear today? does collective need to hear today? Gabriel, Angel of Heralds. So to me, this card brings to me the image of this light in darkness, complete darkness, and there's just one shining light, and it's you, right? And I feel like with this card, you're getting the message of, hey, even if you feel like you're alone in this darkness, and you don't even, I feel like sometimes it's even hard to see our own light, right? So then we start to feel alone. We start to fall in love with the illusion that we're alone. And then that kind of mindset, that kind of belief starts to make us feel like we're alone. And then we start to kind of dive into that and we start to swim in it and we kind of start to be mentally bogged down. But with Gabriel, the Angel of Heralds, he's telling you like, hey, I've got you. You're not alone and I'm guiding you, right? I have you, right? So even if you feel alone, like, don't remember that Gabriel's there with you, right? And start to maybe even look into what Gabriel means, right? Look into what that might mean for your life. I'm going to go ahead and read what Gabriel has to say, because I feel like this card is just so reassuring. Gabriel, Angel of Heralds, the guardian that stands beside the gateway between Angelarium and the rest of existence. Gabriel's lantern points into the seething darkness. Its light breaks open the unknown and banishes doubt. There is certainty in this light. It fills you. This angel issues no command. It doesn't need to. Shine, little light, shine. The impetus for action burns in you. In fact, you burn in it, fueling this light. Suddenly you burst forth, blazing the way, piercing the dark, leaving change in your wake. There is light everywhere you tread. You are the light of Gabriel's lantern. The might of this angel does not command you, it aims you. Signs, a lantern, a mirror, a discovery. So I feel like right now, you are going to be discovering new things about yourself, new ways of thinking that are going to feel foreign to you. They're going to feel maybe even uncomfortable for us to think about as to try to apply. But know that there is going to be answers for you, right? And you're not going to be able to enter into a new life with these belief systems. And I feel like right now we're still at that stage where we almost don't want to surrender to the mystery, right? And I feel like that's what's important right now. It's like just knowing that when you let go of beliefs, that doesn't mean that you don't believe anything now. No, it just means that there's space for newness to come in, for beliefs that are more fit to where you're going and where you are right now and who you're becoming. On the back, I'm seeing Keter, the crown, spirituality, and definitely just tap into your crown chakra, right? I feel like there's a lot of wisdom coming in, but you can't quite see it because it's been difficult, right? Our mental anguish, that Six of Swords reverse was the first card. That's like mental anguish. That's like refusing to move on. And I feel like that's kind of blocking our sense of spirituality, but it's important to just tap into that, to pretty much like bypass your mind, is to tap into your spirituality. And go ahead and look up Keter. Keter, the crown, spirituality, the first emanation, the first utterance, the font of energy through which Ein Sof emanates into the universe. The crown sits above the head and embodies that which is beyond our comprehension. One must envision Keter not as an object that can be perceived, but as the light that is cast upon it. Keter's light is beyond knowability, a timeless expanse of pure consciousness. Only through respect for our own limitations do we begin to see the shadow of its nature. It is a dark orb beyond which lies the infinite. As the highest point on the tree, all continuums cascade downward from it. Keter stands in contrast to Malkuth, who rests at the very bottom of the tree. The span that lies between them measures the complete distance from the most spiritual to the most physical aspects of our existence. Journeying downward from this point, all other emanations become increasingly close to our present experience, found in spiritual epiphany, faith, humility. So I feel like you're going to be getting so many cool insights that you've never had before, and I feel like you've got to just run with them. Right? I feel like that has to do with just going hand in hand with faith and just knowing that faith is going to take you where you're going. But that also involves just letting go of the baggage of your old belief systems. And I just feel like It's important right now to tap into that power of your subconscious, the power of how eternal you are, right? Tap into that mystery, tap into all of that. And I feel this has to do with like the night realm, right? That little Liliel card. Keep tapping into the mystery of yourself. So I'm going to thank this deck. Thank you. And then I'm going to pull from the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck. What does collective need to hear today? Oh, the card that just came up was the Walk It Off card. So go for a walk, right? Whenever you're hearing this, or the next day, or just put it in your mind, right, to do. Go for a walk, right? Maybe just tune into that part of yourself that I feel like it brings through that Temperance card, right? Like that physical and that spiritual side. Whenever we don't quite know what to do, it's nice to just go on a walk, right? To connect ourselves to nature, connect ourselves to other living creatures that are also inhabiting this earth at the same time that we are. So I'm going to go ahead and look up Walk It Off. You have slipped into energetic stagnation and your mind is worrying, preventing your vibes from getting through. To interrupt this energy hiccup, suspend your thinking and go for a walk. Higher vibrations flow like the rhythms of nature, so it's important to step out of your mind and into the flow. Walk for 15 to 20 minutes, leaving your struggles at home. The movement will reconnect you to the outdoor world, even in the city, and open all energetically closed circuits. As you walk, get back into your heart where your vibes can be felt. Walking always raises your vibrations and settles your mind, which is exactly what you need right now. Don't say you don't have time. The time spent not walking and figuring things out is wasted time, as you well know. Your guides will walk with you and bring solutions. Open your heart and listen. So that card I feel like was perfect to end the reading on, because that's what this feels like. It feels like we're in a stagnation, right? Or we're like, I don't really know what to do. I don't. And we kind of keep replaying and kind of keep going back to these things that we know don't work. But there are answers, right? It's just about making time for them. It's just about being curious and being patient and having faith and trust and getting creative with the way that we live our lives, right? I feel like it's important to remember we're alive right now, right? And that's a gift. So let's do something with it. So I'm going to thank this deck. Thank you. And I'm going to thank you as well for showing up today. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, so now we're going to go ahead and move into the distance Reiki portion of the episode. I suggest laying or sitting in a comfortable position, but that is not necessary. Just be open to receiving Reiki healing energy. I suggest setting your own intention for the Reiki or just allowing my intention to take place, which is always for your highest good. I'm going to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths with you. Let's go ahead and inhale, hold, and exhale. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale. And inhale, hold, and exhale. I will now begin sending Reiki. when you are ready, start to come back into your body and open your eyes. Welcome back. Thank you so much for showing up today. And I suggest drinking water since a lot of energy is moved during Reiki sessions. And I will see you in our next episode. Thank you and bye.